Chessies all over the world, welcome. Come on in, get settled, get comfortable, grab a beverage, because today is a really special day. I cannot believe that we are just days away from the season 5 finale of Chesapeake Shores. So, of course, we're in full blown celebration mode. And the best way to do that is to be joined by two of our favorite O'Brien sisters themselves. We've got Meghan Ory once again, and for the first time, Emilie Ullerup. Welcome, ladies. Thanks for chatting with us today.
Of course. Our pleasure.
Yes.
It is so nice to see the both of you. Of course, we're going to talk all about this finale. I got a million burning questions. But of course, I just want to touch base. Amelia, how are you doing? How's life?
You know, it's good. We had a crazy pandemic year. We kind of just moved all over the place. We just had a baby right before the world shut down. And while that's magical, it's not so awesome in a bubble where it's just the three of you and no grandparents to hold the baby and all of that. So,
Or me.
huh?
I said, or me.
Or you left, so I can't even with you. But so the second we could, we packed up our bags and started moving around to my parents, to Kyle's parents, and kind of all over. And that turned into 14 months of that. And we just got back. So it feels good. We're like reacquainting ourselves with everything where we are.
How is motherhood?
It's all of the cliches that everybody says I was always like, I'm not going to be that parent. I'm that parent. It's amazing, and it's so hard, and it's amazing, and it's so hard.
Yeah, well, Meghan, I'm curious. You have not had a chance to meet Amelia's little one?
Oh no. Oh yes, I have.
Oh, you have.
Now,
Amazing.
we were all filming together with all of the children, not on camera, obviously, but yes, I just
show.
He was firstborn, which was very sad.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I just didn't get to meet him when he was first born, which was very sad.
And remember, I was the first human to meet yours.
You were.
So,
you absolutely were.
Yeah, you couldn't return the favor.
No, yeah. You have to have a second one and I'll have to be there. I'll catch it. We deliver next time. How about that? Does that make up
great.
for it?
Deal. Done.
Now, Meghan, I want to touch base with you. How are you doing? How's your family?
Mine's good. We are back in Newfoundland for my husband's show that he films here. So I'm in full-on mom mode, and I'm actually working on his show now. And it's been a really nice vacation from being a full-time mom.
I watched Megan's Instagram yesterday, and there was a photo that she posted where she's just like leaned back in a big couch and looks so happy and relaxed. And I'm like, you look so relaxed and so happy. And she's like, yeah, I'm on set.
I'm working. I'm at work. It's great. I don't have like tiny humans crawling all over me.
Listen,
I love my children.
Of course. You're both super moms, and you're both incredible talents on screen. And you've really delivered in season 5 of Chesapeake Shores. Every episode, you managed to outdo yourselves. And I want to talk a little bit about both of your characters' career trajectories. We'll talk a little romance, and hopefully you can tease us, because I know we've got a big episode coming up on Sunday. So, Amelia, let's start with you. You know, it's been really cool to see Bree this season. She arrived back to Chesapeake Shores from London, and she was able to sort of find a way to fuse, you know, her passion for now being a professor with her passion for writing. How have you felt about her career trajectory in season 5?
It's been an interesting journey this season, because I mean, Bree, for the first time, I think, is kind of embracing the fact that she might be kind of good at what she does, and like the world agrees, which is always the battle of any artist, right? Like, are they gonna like me? Oh God, they're probably gonna hate everything I do and say. But she's kind of on a high and coming back, but also realizing that she really missed being home. So it was the perfect kind of in between for her to get settled in Chesapeake Shores for a minute. I don't think, you know, it's not a forever job, but I think it's good for her to just settle. She ran away right after all the Simon stuff happened to London and kind of just lived that life. And now she got to reset back home with her family. And And it's been fun. Like, it was fun to, I mean, I was terrified to be standing in front of a classroom of children, not children, they were young adults, even worse. Even though they wrote my lines for me, I was still nervous. But it was fun. And I think, I think all the stuff she's gone through with, or is going through with Luke and all of that is only gonna help her creative writing.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, I love that scene of you giving your speech to the class. I was like, I want to take Bree's class.
Yeah, let's get Bree a masterclass that we can all sign up for online, because I feel like she's
a
wealth of knowledge. And I really love seeing her tap into her professor roots, but of course she's still passionate about writing. What do you see as her next chapter?
That's interesting. I think she has to go back to being creative. She has to create something. That's where she lives, is and feels inspired. When she feels inspired, it has to come out that way. Whether it's a play or a novel, I'm not sure. I'm intrigued to see, I mean, because, nobody knows about season 6, but where the Luke story could go, because, it could go either way, and you never know. And that could turn into a great book.
Yeah. Look,
I could Taylor Swift of novels, like it could just become anybody that's been what?
Watch what you say around Bree.
Exactly.
It'll go published.
Well, look, I believe she said in last week's episode that her father's traumatizing accident perhaps inspired a new short story or something that's in the works.
That's true. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. Yeah.
So,
she's really, I mean, that's what writers do, right? It's write what you know, and just always be feeling the air and picking out what's working.
Correct. Okay, well, you mentioned Luke. We will get to that. Don't you worry.
I'm sure we will.
Meghan, I want to talk to you a little bit. It was really awesome to see Abby tackle a new career challenge this season, being a partner at O'Brien Construction. How do you feel about this phase of her professional life, and what kind of an impact do you think it's made on her personal relationships with her family now that she's part of the business?
Oh, I mean, I think that Abby going to work with Mick was the best thing she could have done. I mean, it was her dream job since she was 6. And, I think that Abby and Mick have had a long road of kind of healing their relationship from the first episode of season 1 to when we see Mick sort of reveal his experience of Meghan leaving. Mom Meghan, not me Meghan.
That gets confusing.
Yeah. So,
that scene was so amazing, by the way, Megs. Like, I wrote treat right away, and I was like, I cried. He
was so phenomenal. I mean, it was such a joy to get to sit across from him while he did that. It was just like so beautiful. He's so talented, and just, we all love him. He's wonderful.
Yeah. But, and even watching you though, like I watched you, and like, I know you so well, and I could see like you were like, oh shoot. Okay. We're going there. This is a lot. I'm feeling it all. It was just perfect.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was so well written. It was just like, it was just such a great scene. But, for them as people, it's like, they've come so far together, and I just feel so, so proud of them. That would be a really hard conversation to have with your father, and like to see him vulnerable like that and open up like that. And I just think they probably wouldn't have gotten to that place had they not been working together, and had they not been sharing all of these new sort of experiences together and dealing with new problems and things like that. So I think that it was just such the right thing for her, and exactly what she needed. And yeah, it was a good choice. Good call. Good job, Abby.
Do you think that this is a career long haul for Abby? It's Mick and Abby running O'Brien Construction against the world.
I think so. I mean, she's done the big corporate, big money job. I mean, I'm sure she makes pretty good money. I hope her dad pays her all right. I mean, she lives at home, so she doesn't have that many expenses. She must be doing okay. But, I think when Evan suggests that she would leave the family business, I think it's just kind of comical that he would even think that she would consider. I think she's pretty happy where she is.
Yeah, well, look, you lead me to my next question. Of course, that was a big moment where Evan, really believes in Abby's business acumen so much. He offers her a job and she turns him down. Now, I know the season's not quite over yet. Can you tease, is the door completely closed on that, or do you think she might revisit that in the future?
I mean, I don't quite know how many zeros he had after the number on
A
that.
lot.
I'm sure there were a lot, but I don't think Evan gets told no very often, which, I have to think is probably one of the things that Abby enjoys the most about him is telling him no. 'Cause it's so
100%.
entertaining.
So, TBD?
TBD, yes, I think TBD. Yeah.
Okay. So we know that both of the O'Brien sisters, well, two of the three, are crushing it in their careers, but a part of the show that I just get so invested in is their love lives. I want my girl Brie, I want my girl Abby to just be happy and find love and romance with the right person. And we found both of your characters in the middle of these love triangles this season. So, Amelia, I want to talk to you a little bit about Brie's love life, and she's got these two great suitors. Obviously, Luke and her have a really special bond at this point. Where do you think her head's at right now?
Well, I think it's with Luke at the moment. I don't think that she's 100% because I think it's a terrifying new relationship that she's never ever been in that type of relationship before. So, I mean, it didn't work out with Mr. Professor. He didn't do so well, and he wasn't so nice after all. And it made me sad because I loved the, can people really change and all of that she was going through, and she went to Abby to talk about it. And, I would like to think that people can really change. But in the case of this one, it wasn't the case. So bye, basically.
And when it comes to Luke, I mean, where is Brie's head's at? Is she kind of weighing the pros and cons? What do you think she enjoys about spending her time with him?
I think that he's different is very exciting. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I mean, I would have a few questions for Luke if it was me, like, are you gonna, like, what, do you have any money? Mm-hmm. Are you going, not that that's the most important, but it's important.
Well, yeah.
Do you still live in your car?
Yeah. Do you live in your car? No, you live upstairs. He lives in Trace's apartment upstairs in the fridge. Let's not talk about that. Let's not go there.
No. I think that what needs to happen is Brie needs to let Abby start picking her dates for her, because I think Brie maybe has a bad like
radar
like picker. Like, I mean, I think that maybe you need a little intervention in making your decisions, and you need your big sister to just swoop in and take over your life.
It would be a very funny montage to see Brie on dates that Abby has set her up for. I think that would mostly just fail, but we could try.
I think it'd be great. I would do wonderfully at it.
I mean, Meghan, what are your thoughts as the big sister? What are your thoughts about Luke and Brie, possibly going the distance as a couple?
No. She needs to let me choose. This is I don't accept.
Wow. Okay, so you want to see a brand new suitor thrown into the mix?
I want new. She needs to play the field. She's had a bad run of luck.
Have you seen how many #Brooks there are out there? You're entering dangerous territory, Meghan Ory.
Yeah. Oh, am I? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, you're not on Twitter. You don't know.
I'm on Twitter. I don't know any of these things. I just want to pick dates for you and have like a flash dating montage. I think that would be fabulous. Bruce? Wait, they call you Bruce?
Seriousness. I think there are so many wonderful things about Luke, and I think he is could be such a great fit for Brie, but I don't think we know enough yet to make that decision. I think that's where we're at.
I want to see the Luke whisk away first. I need to see Luke put in a little bit more effort before I will get on board the Brooke train. Like, I need to see like a romantic gesture.
I hope that we see that, because I think right now Luke's a little preoccupied. He's in the middle of a situation which
He's a little busy.
we've called
yeah,
wow.
I suppose.
Meghan Ory with the high standards.
It's my sister.
I like it. I like this.
Amelia, my last Luke question, you know, as Brie has really been a pillar of strength for Luke as he is navigating this, you know, very unfortunate circumstance. How do you think she's gonna feel as they go through something that could potentially really alter the course of their relationship?
Oh, I think that's left to be seen. We're in the middle of it right now, in between episodes. So, I mean, she's standing by him. There's no doubt about that. I think she does believe that he is being truthful and that there is no nefarious behavior going on anymore behind her back at all. I don't know. I don't know if you know, if things go the wrong way, can she, and he has to go back to prison, are they far enough along in their relationship that she waits for him? I don't know.
That's tough. That's really, really tough. I
If
know
he made a grand gesture, maybe she would. Like,
you want some rose petals,
or I need something.
I know you can't say much, but will the Luke legal conflict be resolved in the finale?
Yes.
Okay, we will get an answer.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I know.
Stay tuned. I'm very excited. I have faith in Luke. I believe that he's a good guy. So fingers crossed that turns out okay. And Connor works his legal magic there.
Yeah. Do we have faith in Connor? Let's hope.
Yes.
Connor.
Yes.
So
see Luke get vindicated
Connor's,
at the end of the
proven
day.
to be pretty good at his job somehow this season. Like,
I know. That's true.
Our little brother is all grown up.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. And he's had quite a wonderful season as well, seeing his career growth. And I'm hoping for a little romance for Connor too. I'm just going to throw that out there. I've shipped him and Margaret all season long.
I know. She's so cute. I can't handle it.
They're so good for each other, and they, you know, give each other the gears, but then they also are like very much on the same page. I digress. Meghan, I want to talk to you about Abby and her two suitors who are very much into her. And I know that the theme of this season has really been like Abby empowerment 100% the way through. Where do you think her brain is at right now?
I mean, Abby's really been trying to focus on herself and work and you know, she went through a lot the last few years, and I don't think she's, you know, eager to jump into anything right away. And she has two men in her life that are very kind and interesting and thoughtful, sort of. And I don't think she knows what to do.
Well, she's definitely in a tricky situation. It seems like she's got two great guys. I want to point out that, of course, we got to see Evan ask Mick for his permission to take Abby out. By the way, I loved Mick's response. He's like, she's a grown woman. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, Mick. We appreciate. But then we know that Nell is a fan. We know that Brie is a fan. Jess is a fan. What do you think is going to happen, or can you tease is going to happen in the finale in terms of Abby and Evan?
Well, Abavan, as we like to call ourselves. When you're feeling a little down, you need a little Abby van.
Catchy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Abby definitely sees something in Evan, and I think it's kind of like they're similar in a way, and then obviously also very different, but she keeps getting glimpses of who he is beneath this like great gregarious personality that he puts out there. And every time she sees some of like his heart and who he is, it kind of makes her do a double take. And then Jay is, you know, wears his heart on his sleeve and is so like right there all the time. And I feel like she feels like he should be right for her, but for some reason there's something holding her back. So I think she's trying to figure out, you know, really how she feels beneath it all.
Okay, so as Meghan, as yourself, an objective fan of Chesapeake Shores, who do you think makes a better match for Abby? Is it Evan or is it Jay?
Luke.
That would be a very different show. How do you feel about that?
I'm speechless.
Sister fight. We haven't had that yet in 5 seasons.
No. Yes. Almost. David and we won't speak about it.
Oh, that's right. Oh God, that was so long ago.
That's
right. Well, then, we haven't had that. Like,
no, we haven't. So now is a good time, you think?
Now's a good time.
All right.
Fisticuffs.
Great.
Okay, Meghan, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you have a, not preference, but just sort of a gut feeling or an intuition about what I know of this woman and what I know her to be? This is the person that I think would be most complimentary to her life.
Most complimentary to her life.
I know.
What do you know? First? Tell me.
Evan.
Yes,
listen.
Okay, so here. So me personally, I feel like Jay is on paper. For me, Meghan, I feel like Jay is the obvious choice because he's a teacher. He's good with he ticks all the boxes. Mm-hmm. He's like, you know.
But if you ain't feeling it by now, lady, you're not gonna feel it.
Well, but then Evan is the one that's like the interesting kind of like, you know, keeps her on her toes type person.
I think you need somebody that's always challenging you.
I don't know. What's that?
I think you need somebody that's always challenging you professionally and personally, because I think Abby likes this. Yep, I think it fires her up and it keeps her on your toes, like you just said. But yeah I think it's on.
Again, I need a big gesture. Abby's very dramatic.
I like that both of you are representing for the different teams. So that's interesting. You know, there's obviously people rooting for Evan. There's people rooting for Jay. Meghan, can you tell us, will we see Abby make a choice in the season 5?
Don't tell them. Oh.
Yeah, you'll see her make a choice.
Okay, that feels ominous. But we will see her make a choice.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, I'm very excited. You guys seem a little devious right now, but I think that only can mean that the finale really delivers.
Definitely does.
Okay.
Just remember, we didn't write it, so don't be mad if you're mad.
I couldn't agree more. The show is entertainment. It's supposed to bring us joy and laughter and be an escape. It's nothing personal. Whoever Abby picks, we will be happy for her. And same with Brie. Whoever or whatever winds up happening between Brie and Luke, we got to stand by our queen and support her and do whatever makes these characters, you know, feel happy and joy in their lives. You know, and I guess speaking of joy, I think one of the things that certainly brings me a lot, I have a sister who I'm very close with. So seeing the bond between the O'Brien ladies on the show, it just makes my heart happy. And I know that you're very close on screen, but also off. Meghan, tell me about your friendship with Lacey and with Emilia and what it's like getting to go to work together.
It's kind of a dream. We have a lot of fun together. We laugh a lot. It doesn't really feel like work when we're working together. It's always lots of fun. And, you know, our kids are close in age. They get to play together. It's pretty awesome. I've actually known Emilia for quite a long time because she worked with my husband on a show like years and years ago. So we go way back.
Emilia, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, it makes life so much easier. It's there is no acting required when we're together.
The only thing that's required is retakes because we're laughing.
Yeah, no laughing. And nobody else is laughing.
No,
Why
why
guys,
can't you stop laughing?
It's very insular. Nobody else thinks we're funny. But thank God we all do with each other. But yeah, no, it's funny. It was like it from the beginning, season or the pilot even. I feel like I came in late on the pilot. I was only Brie came in late, but I still remember the first time we were all together, and I was like, oh man, this was magic.
Yeah.
I mean, the word magical is, I think, a great word to describe the bond between the O'Brien ladies. Meghan, what is your favorite thing about the sisterly bond that we see on the show?
I don't personally have sisters, so for me it's really fun to get to just like experience that. But I love how they can kind of go from just being silly and like kind of regress to being like little kids again to kind of being grown women that are taking care of each other, and they're so supportive of each other all the time. And just I just love how they have each other's back and are just always joyful when they're together.
Amelia, do you have a favorite O'Brien sister moment from this season or anything that comes to mind?
A favorite moment. It's funny, actually, we haven't had a ton when I think about it. I think we've only had like a few scenes, the three of us together. We've had a lot in pairs. But so I'm blanking, quite frankly. But I agree with Meghan. Like, it is that thing of what I love about the three sisters so much is that they're able to love each other and meet each other at each other's levels. So there's never any sister trying to change the other sister or suggest things that come from their perspective or their world. It's like you give Jess advice based on who Jess is, and likewise for Abby, and likewise for Brie. And it's funny, I've learned a lot from that because I have two sisters, and I've learned that you can't just tell them what to do based on what I think you should do. No, they don't listen. So
that's such solid advice. It's such a good teachable moment that you can't just throw around judgment. Look, my sister and I are very close and we're very real and sometimes maybe too real with each other. But you're right. You got to approach it from a place of you're Brie, you're Abby, you're Jess. I'm going to give you advice according to who I know you to be.
Yeah, hold space for this other human being and who they are. And I think the sisters balance that quite beautifully.
Totally. Okay, I won't keep you ladies too much longer, but Meghan, I got to circle back with you. The last time that we spoke on one of these live virtual events, I believe you said something to the effect of, if you can predict what happens in the season 5 finale of Chesapeake Shores, you're a legit psychic because you never saw what happens in the finale coming. So I want to circle back on that, and I hope that you can offer us some form of a tease of what you mean there.
Of what I mean there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, aliens.
They invade? Is that what happens?
Is that what you mean by tease?
Yes. So a UFO lands in Chesapeake Shores.
Yes. You'll never see it
investigates them. Yes. Everybody's got their part.
Yeah.
And then Abby makes out with Luke, and
you're really on this. Should I be worried?
Nick and Meghan elope, right?
Yeah,
they go up. They just go up to where they belong with the other aliens, finally.
Okay. But I'm here as a vessel on behalf of the fans. You know, what can you tease as we go into this Sunday's season 5 finale of Chesapeake Shores? What can fans expect? Because it sounds like it's gonna really deliver.
Yeah, I think that fans can expect to walk away from this season feeling heartwarmed, curious, excited, and shocked.
And concerned.
Concerned. That's an interesting word, Amelia. What can you tease? Is something going to happen that is going to maybe take us aback a little bit?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Should we be worried?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I guess we'll keep our fingers crossed. I like to think that things in Chesapeake Shores always kind of work out for the best. But what's your reaction to that?
I mean, let's hope we get a season 6 so we all can come back and find out.
Okay.
I think I will say this, that I think the fans are going to really need a season 6 after this finale.
Yeah.
I think there might be some angry people if we don't wrap up what happens after the finale.
How do you think fans will react when they tune in on Sunday and watch the finale, the season 5 finale?
I think they're going to be pretty shocked. I think I have a feeling that we'll probably be trending on Twitter in some places for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really cool. Yeah, they did really well. These guys with Fief and Mark and Brian and the whole team, the writing team. They managed to really give a lot. They've been building up to so much through the season, and everything is going to pay off in these next 2 episodes. And they're all big things. Like, they might have seemed like little things throughout the season that you were just observing. And then I think in episode 9 and 10, you're like, oh my goodness, I did not see that would have turned into this, which is now that. And how do we go on?
Oh my gosh. Can you each share the one moment in the season 5 finale that you're most excited for fans to watch?
No.
You're like, my lips are sealed. I got nothing for you.
No.
You know what? And I totally second that, because I remember so clearly reading the finale and like turning the page to being like, what? Like all the way through.
Okay.
And I would not want to take that away from anybody or deprive them of that excitement, because it's just it's will all make sense. It's nothing out, it's not aliens, it's nothing out of left field, but it's like it's all it's a great payoff, I think, for sticking with the season.
So multiple surprises confirmed in the finale.
Oh yeah.
I remember I read the script and I walked out to my husband and I'm like, who are we right now? Who are we in this show? I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Wow. You had that much of a reaction.
Yeah. Because it really did. I felt like I kept getting whacked in the head and then I just got back up and then I got whacked again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I encourage everybody, must see television this Sunday, Hallmark Channel, 8 p.m., Chesapeake Shores, the season 5
Put the football on hold. You can watch that on your DVR.
Just
you're not gonna, because honestly, you're not going to want to read about this on Twitter after everybody else has watched it live, because people are going to be talking about it and it's going to ruin it for you. So watch it when it happens.
Yeah.
My final question for both of you ladies, I always am thinking about the future and a person's trajectory as we move forward. Amelia, what would you like to see in Bree's next chapter?
I would like to see her return to her creative roots, whether that's I feel like it should probably be a book. There could also be maybe an entrance into film and TV that could be interesting. Could it not be interesting to maybe see the bestseller about the O'Briens be made into a movie?
Ooh.
I don't know. These are all things that I think would just stir up the pot, and she just has to keep telling stories from her real life, and what that looks like, I'm not sure, but I love that that's what she does and is unapologetic about it. And through it, they all work things out together.
I love it. Gosh, my fingers are crossed. And Meghan, we'll leave it with you. What would you like to see in Abby's next chapter?
I think Abby should probably write a book about Bree next.
Oh.
Put the shoe on the other foot there, sister. There you go.
Yeah. You're going to need my publisher, and I will edit it before
Yes. No, for Abby, I think I feel like this season she was very true to herself and did what she needed to sort of get herself where she needs to be. And I think she's ready for a big love next season. I think that's what's in her cards.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll never say no to a Chesapeake Shores wedding or a grand romantic gesture or something that could play out like that. Yeah. Whoever it may be, I hope both of our girls continue to find love and happiness and career success. And I've certainly got my fingers crossed. Congratulations on an incredible season 5, my queens. Thank you for everything. And if you want, I'll leave it with you guys. You can say a little message to the Chessies who have been riding with you this long.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chessies, for sticking with us. This season was had a lot of surprises for you, and I hope that you enjoyed all of them. And thank you for sticking with us, and I hope it paid off and pays off.
Thank you guys for thank you for hanging out for a couple of years while there was a pandemic and a couple of things that kept us from shooting. I'm so glad that you're all back and that we got to deliver a season that I am probably the most proud of so far. So only upward from here.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Everybody tune in Sunday, 8 p.m. Hallmark Channel. If you're tweeting, use the hashtag Chessies, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Meghan. Thank you, Emilia.
Thank you.
Nice to chat.